This week we're taking a real classic city car out for a spin. For over 30 years, this peppy little Italian favorite has been a mainstay on the streets of Europe. The Fiat Panda is now in its third incarnation. Our car tester Stefan Hinsen says it was easy to find his vehicle thanks to the navigation system. It's easy to remove it from the car, and then you can use it to find your way on foot, he says. Time to see how it does on the road. There's lots of glass in the little car and good visibility in all directions, a big plus in the city. Customers can choose between a diesel motor version, one that runs on natural gas, or one of two gasoline-driven models. We're testing the smaller but more powerful one, the 0.98V Twin Air. Thanks to a turbocharger, the two-cylinder motor ponies up 63 kilowatts of power, despite having less than a liter of displacement. That's not enough to turn the Panda into a sprinter, though. It takes the subcompact over 11 seconds to hit 100 kilometers an hour from a dead stop. But Fiat at least claims it's economical. The car maker says it burns just over 4 liters of fuel per 100 clicks on the highway. Stefan says that response is very sluggish when you step on the gas, and that the 63 kilowatts of power don't really kick in until you hit around 2,000 RPMs. But driving like this, he says, will certainly affect the manufacturer's promised low fuel consumption claims. But let's be fair. After all, the Panda was never meant to compete on the racetrack. Its rounded corners and friendly exterior are meant to attract buyers who are looking for a more cuddly ride. No sharp edges here. The entire car is a study in curves. Even the geometric shapes in the grille, running lights, and bumpers are organic. The first generation of Pandas won hearts as boxes on wheels, and the latest version is still very boxy, but every corner is rounded off. And with the Panda, design doesn't get in the way of functionality. The trunk has 225 cubic liters of space, and lowering the rear seats expands that to 870 liters. Stefan says that the Panda provides a very smooth ride once it gets rolling. Putting the car in city mode makes the steering wheel more responsive, he says. The Panda also has a stop-start system, and the gears shift very smoothly. Although there's plenty of plastic in the interior to cut costs, the Panda doesn't feel cheap. The dashboard elements fit the car's overall rounded personality. A bare-bones version of the Panda sells in Germany for less than 10,000 euros. To save space, all the seats have narrow backrests. A good idea, but a seating test shows that a taller than average driver makes for a very tight squeeze in back. There's enough headroom, but adults that have to sit in the rear probably won't enjoy it for long. In short, says Stefan, the Fiat Panda drives well. It's agile and small enough that finding parking in the city shouldn't pose much of a problem. The perfect car for students or young people, he says, if it wasn't for that little question about fuel consumption.
Wenn da nicht der Spritverbrauch wäre.